Well, Lauren has brought us another monkey.
Another one.
So this little one has been on a drip. When he was fine, he was extremely emaciated and dehydrated. But he's been fixed up and he's looking really good.
So our baby intern Charlie.
Sorry?
Baby intern Charlie.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna take over little one.
Look, Minnie, you've got lots of hair to pull.
He's terrified.
I'm still raising them.
Okay.
Two of
Now
them
you
are
turn this off.
horrific. 13-year-old had them for some time and it's feeding them. They're pretty much the same age as the 3 that I have, but they're half the size.
It's those little faces that are the hardest to sort of deal with when you look into this little one's eyes and you know he doesn't really know what's going on or what's happening or who he should trust. Are these people going to be okay? You never know what's actually happened to them beforehand as well. But just having a look at that little sad face as his little eyes move around, looking at all of these big people, not knowing why he's here, or what's happened, or what the reason for it is. And sometimes that's also kind of hard to deal with these little guys.
Okay. There we go.
So we're just in Loveland with baby number 8. He's a little bit upset because Lauren from Joburg Wildlife Vets has just left him. And we're just getting used to our new space. He's just a little bit upset. We don't want to crowd him too much, so we've just let him go where he needs to go, but know that there's comfort here if he wants. This is intern Charlie. So basically just going to try and get him comfortable, let him calm down a bit in a nice quiet calm space, get him on a bottle as soon as possible, and then hopefully a mum as soon as possible. Little boy's about 2 months old, so it's really important we get him a mum soon. Boy.
Okay.
Boy.
You're okay.
No.
Getting the little one to relax and trust one is very, very important in this exercise. Just so he's actually got some friend or somebody he can turn towards if he's feeling scared or frightened or anything like that. So a lot of attention is given to them in the beginning, just to make them get used to the people that are working with them, and also so that they don't feel like they're captive or kept against their will. They have to have a little bit of freedom of movement and can get around, and now they can jump around if they want to.
Just with new arrival baby boy number 8. Just in Loveland. He likes looking out the window at Squirrel Troop. And he likes drinking his Rehigh. He's just having it from the syringe at the moment because he really likes it. He's drinking it really well. The bottle is a little bit difficult for him to get used to, but we're getting there.
So normally the behavior of them staring out the window is because they miss the person that's actually brought them up, and they're sort of having a look out and hoping that person's going to come back again, because they're used to this happening in the home when the person goes out shopping or to work or whatever and comes back later in the day. As monkeys are never left alone because they're social animals, this can cause them to withdraw a little bit.
So here we have Taro. He's our newest addition. He's just finished his quarantine, so we're going to be moving now from Loveland over to Netherlands, where he's going to meet Mara, Cat and Fudge for the first time. So we're going to see how it goes. So here we have Taro in the cage, and we're about to introduce him to Teft, Mara and Fudge. I think one of them is already very excited to meet them. I believe that's Mara on top. Already quite happy. So, Letitia, if you want to open the cage, try and get off first. Nice. Come on, sir. Nice. All right, Mr. Taro, you want to come join us? You want to come meet your new friends? It's the wrong way, pal. Ooh. Who's that, Taro? He's our biggest and most likely oldest. So these are all going to be quite small in comparison. Hey guys. Going well.
You only realize how big he is when you compare him to the other little ones.
Taro has spent a bit longer with his troop, so we'll probably understand monkey socialization a little bit more than these guys. God, they're cute.
Sometimes it's just amazing how they are with each other. They seem to be so gentle and realize they're all in the same kind of predicament and are there for each other and hopefully to help each other through it. So of course the fun and games is to also begin with these little ones. They just can't help playing and jumping around and chasing each other around. That's what little monkeys of this age are supposed to be doing. And of course there's no holding back with this lot. And soon they start making friends with everybody and everybody starts having a good time, getting used to each other. And but just remember they're also working out who's who, who's more dominant, what's going on with each one, their different personalities. And all this happens without us really knowing what's going on. It's going on in the background secretly all the time between them.
Here we have Taro and Teft who are playing together very well. He's a little bit rough, but we'll get there.
Taro, Dani, Sophie,
Abu, yes.
It's Deft.
Steph.
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, wait.
Long nose, it's Deft. Yeah, it's Deft.
Wait, can I see? Yes, it's Steph. Steph.
Abu playing with Dani.
Oh, come on, almost. Yeah, yes.
So little Taro seemed to pick up the feeding cage and getting in and out of it relevantly quickly was a good thing. Because due to his size and age, we have to try and get him over to the foster moms as soon as possible to give him the best chance of basically getting a mom, because he's getting over that point that he's become desirable and that they want to kind of look after him. So it's very important that he learns this. I think also with him being slightly older, they pick up things a lot quicker. So he's learned to drink from the feeding cage, go inside, go and help himself to food. And as you can see, he's drinking very, very well. So he hasn't got any problems coming in and out of the cage. and that's important. So of course we can now see if we can get him across to an intra cage and see how things go with the foster mom.
Alright, today's the day for Taro. So he's the big boy that arrived not so long ago. And we've decided to move him to Koko by himself so that he can get a foster mom ASAP. So Sky's going to take him down for his first visit.
Put him down here. Put some wine. Yeah. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Open them up.
Release the Taro. Oh, he's got Eddie. He's already seen Eddie, who's next door here. So he'll be a little bit nervous for a while, just until he gets accustomed to being a bit closer to the monkeys. I can see the troop are actually down the fence a bit. And we have Aisha.
Here comes everybody.
That's Aisha from James. And here's the troop. So the troop are actually fighting with the bandits just down a bit, which is why there's some aggro. And we've got the alpha male Cappy. We've got Carla. What else have we got? We got Lustig. And there's, is that Ulysses? Ulysses, one of the orphans from 2 years ago. So we already have Luca at the door, master foster mum, 7th Dan foster mum. So she usually takes a baby each year, which is very good, and we're hoping that she'll be taking Taro. So she's already ready to come in, but of course Taro is not quite ready. We just want to make sure he's using the feeding cage and he's settled down a bit. But hopefully at the start of next week we should be able to go ahead.
So little Taro doesn't seem to be too perturbed about anything out there. Doing very, very well, exploring his cage and things like this, listening to the noises and having a look out and seeing who's making them. He doesn't seem to be very frightened of any of the monkeys nearby in his vicinity, which is also good. And he seems to be climbing up and down and jumping around and finding little things here and there to play with quite readily. So yeah, he seems to be really enjoying himself at this point in time. Well, here he is on the intro gate, staring out at the other monkeys. Normally it's the other way around, and them staring in at him. But yeah, he's having a look around at everybody there. He's a little bit frightened, but not to such an extent that it's that it's worrying. He doesn't scream and run away. He seems to want to get close to them, trying to build up the trust and everything like that. You can see his little way of doing it, how he's slowly walking over there, having a look at them, just making sure he's out of arm's reach so that they can't really get to him or anything like this. And but he's very, very interested. So I think he's eager to get a mom as well. Well, you've always got to take a little bit of time out to have a little bit of a snack, just to replenish things again, while everybody stares on at you and has a look what you're eating. But again, doing very well. Hasn't worried about the other monkeys in his vicinity. Straight back up to climbing, exploring his new environment, and really loving it. There's a lot of stuff to do here, and he just seems to be interested in everything around him.
Okay, so we're done at Koko. We've just done last minute preparations. We've got a nice little shelter in here to keep everybody out of the sun. Taro's good, so as you can see we've removed everything from the cage. The only thing that's left is Taro himself, and we're pretty much ready to go. So we're just going to wait and see who turns up. At the fence we have Peggy here now, who we can let in if Luca doesn't show. Let's have a quick look. This is Dobby. It is Peggy. I think we can go ahead and let Peggy in. So if you want to go ahead, camera ready.
Peggy was born in 2017. She arrived after her mother died, being caught on a fence and wasn't able to escape, and she was fostered by Panacure. So she should be a reasonably good mom.
Yeah, that's just keep closed. So you don't want to take any chances. If too many monkeys are at the door, just close it. Anytime you're not sure, just close. And anytime Taro's in the close to the door on that side, then you just keep it closed. So, other monkey's Kara. So Kara's also quite good. So if you want to open it gently and just see if one of them, yeah, just let Kara in and then just close it behind her.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just, yeah, so
One or the other.
Carla arrived in 2020. She was born in 2019, and she was fostered by Luca.
yeah.
We now have Casanova at the door. She was born in 2010. She's very distinctive with that white moustache of hers.
No, I just go. She won't. She'll probably sit around. She'll probably not go far. Okay, you can go ahead and let Carla in. Yeah, go at this one on the right. Yeah, just open a little bit more. So we have Carla inside. Taro pretty chill with the situation.
So of course the interesting part is to see now the reaction of little Taro or the orphan with the potential foster mom that's actually been let in. So this is always a good time to observe and seeing how they're going to behave, how they react, how the different moms react, because as I said, each mom reacts and behaves in a different way, also depending on their age, and also with the upbringing, could also be the ranking of the little one will depend on how they behave as well. I mean, look at little Taro here, not running away at all. In fact, he's making the first kind of movements,
So Taro actually approaching
going
Carla.
towards his potential foster mom. So that's, that's also quite something. So it just shows you that he's not a scared little guy. He probably has like a little bit of a better ranking, so that he's not so scared. But also it could be the way he's been brought up. So these things are very difficult to tell.
Go ahead and let Panacure in. Yeah.
Panacure, we don't know her date of birth, but again, she's one of those good foster moms that's actually worth her weight in gold. She has a tear on the bottom of her left ear, and it's one way of noticing who she is. But she's a good potential foster mom.
So this is Panicure, who is annual foster mom.
And just pay attention to Taro there. There's actually been no screaming or negative reaction at all, in fact. So, I mean, he is standing his ground. I'm not saying he's not doing that, but he's certainly not frightened. He's certainly not running away screaming or anything like that. So far, very, very well balanced little monkey. And he seems to know his position. So he's probably going to do very, very well out into the troop, because he's not very reserved. He's going to be a little bit of an outgoing monkey.
So Panicure's just taking her time, and when she gets close again, she'll probably just try and grab him. Just keep it closed. Oh, it's because Rocky's coming. You can let Carla out. Sorry, just if you open it before she gets to it. Yeah, there you go.
Unfortunately or fortunately, one of our little dogs, Rocky's, coming closer, which has actually caused them to get a little bit frightened. Sometimes this does help the little orphan grab onto their foster mom.
So we'll just keep Panicure in for now, and we'll see how it goes.
So Yelen's just come in. She was born in 2018. She was found alone in Zanin, and she was fostered by Kara.
Now Panicure's like, I want them. So Panicure lip smacking, giving Taro a little hug. Just gonna have a little sniff.
So little Taro, quite fortunate. He's got two fantastic moms here to choose from. He seems very, very confident. It's actually quite surprising. I don't know if it's really good for him getting a foster mom, because he's not really showing that he wants to actually hug on them where he's needy anyway, which might not really be to his benefit. But we'll have to see how that goes. Both moms are playing a fantastic part in not being overbearing. So it must be quite difficult for them, because just remember, they do want to hug this little one just as much as anybody else does, and just get him into their arms. So they do show quite a little bit of restraint, especially because they've been used to the process, I suppose, and they've also found out if they move in too quick, little one screams, and it's a lot harder to get a bond going. So both of them are doing extremely well at the moment. So Panicure's come over here to give some cuddles and hugs and do a little bit of grooming and see if she can win the little heart of Taro. In this case, it actually looks like Taro's the one choosing the mom and saying, look, you better show me how good you're going to be. I'm not going to go off with just any old mother. I really want the perfect fit here. So Taro's also playing his little stubbornness there, and he's going to choose the best mom for himself that's really going to look after him outside in the enclosure, which might be a very good thing in the end of the day. Well, Yelena's also come over to see how things are going with these two. So little Taro right in the middle of two wonderful mothers there. Both of them will do very well if they take him out, so this is great. And it's just nice to see how these lot care for each other. I mean, just have a look at this. Two moms ready to adopt a little one. No fighting or arguing. Taro's doing very, very well. Everyone's doing very nicely in this enclosure at the moment, so it's quite fantastic. So whichever one chooses him in the end is going to be great. But let's see who he chooses ultimately to be his foster mom.
So a bit of an update at Koko with Taro. So we've had a few different females in. The afternoon was a lot slower. It started with Elena, who's the adult that's now in, and Panicure, but not a lot of interaction. They wanted out, so once they left it was very quiet all afternoon and there wasn't too many monkeys in. But we finally, main feed went out about an hour ago, so the troop are moving around a little bit. So we've had Paloma, Casanova, Vania, all inside. Panicure back in, but again pacing quite a lot. And then Elena turned up, so I wanted Elena back in because she's shown Taro the most attention. So it's just gone 6:30, and I think my camera's compensating for the darkness a bit, as it's a bit darker than it appears. But if you can see in the middle, Elena has just started carrying Taro on the belly. So it's taken a while, but Taro's finally clinging on properly. So this is obviously great news, because it means they'll almost certainly sleep together on the perch tonight. So really cool. It's a late one, but we got there.
Taro with our new mommy Elena. It's the morning. They've just spent the first night together, and we can see that Taro can eat easily, and he's cuddling by Elena. Taro and Elena have a nap.
Well, it looks like little Taro has found his foster mom, Yelena, and things should just go well from now on. They're both sharing the afternoon meal together, and they seem to be doing very well. He looks a little bit cheeky there, actually. He's like, hey, you're taking all the good stuff, leave some of that for me. But yes, this looks like it's going to be a very good relationship with these little ones. So we look forward to seeing them getting out into the troop, and Yelena taking her with him. So this looks like this is going to be his foster mom. Again, thanks to everybody for joining us, for watching us, for sharing the channel and promoting it. People are continually supporting us through PayPal. Thank you very, very much. It's basically one of the things that's keeping us going, the monthly contributions. We're still slow in trying to get volunteers through. So your contributions are playing a very, very big part in helping these little ones. Please also don't forget about our 30th anniversary. It's also important if people can share the links. Join us also for our live show. If you want to chat or ask anything, we are there, and it's a good time to ask questions. But otherwise, thank you very much for being there. Thanks for being part of our family, and I look forward to making the next video for you for next week.